Greetings, this is Ron Smalek, and I am reading The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. It is an excellent book. I'm reading it after having watched the movie, and I wanted to record some of my thoughts chapter by chapter. Alright, so we're going to talk about chapters 15 and 16 now. Chapter 15 starts off after Katniss has been stung by the Tracker Jackers, and the rest of the careers have run off, the rest of the tributes, I should say. She's recovered from her hallucinations, and Rue appears. Rue is the little girl from District 11. Rue appears and brings her some leaves. It seems like she's been potentially giving her some medicine while Katniss was asleep. In the movie, this was shown slightly different. I think they're both about the same effectiveness. Katniss finds out that she's been out for 2 days, and Katniss and Rue Rue tells Katniss that the sunglasses that she has are actually night vision goggles, which I had seen that coming, but I think I forgot to mention it. They both decide to team up, which is a smart move because they realize they can't beat the careers through sheer physical force, and they come up with a plan to go and destroy the food supply of the careers because they know that the two of them are much more capable of getting their own food. Um, Chapter 16, now we're definitely over the halfway point in the book, and there is plenty left to go, whereas I feel like we were pretty close to the end of the movie at this point. So again, the timing just seems a little bit off for me. I like the book pacing better. Okay, so this is where Rue teaches Katniss about the Mockingjay signal, and we get some more background from Rue in the Agricultural District 11, which I thought was pretty cool. I like that they go into that. Then we have, then we notice that Rue is wearing a signal or a token, similar to how Katniss has the Mockingjay pin. Rue has a wooden star or perhaps a flower, and I imagine that if someone looked up a flower with a five-pointed star that has something to do with maybe orange groves or agriculture. Okay, then they split up, and Katniss is overlooking the 4 tributes near what I thought was the cornucopia, but I think it might actually be near the lake. I'm not 100% sure where they made their camp. But she sees what she kind of notes is this inconspicuous, this boy from District 3 that she doesn't know anything about. She hasn't seen him. He's probably kept a low profile during training. And he's playing with a gray box, and she's trying to figure out what skill could he have that was attractive to the careers to get him to team up with them. And of course, I was thinking that he had some sort of a radio-controlled detonator. That's my only thought. In the movie, I think we see him just with a spear. She sees the pyramid of supplies, and I like the way that the author described that they were a questionable distance from the camp, and then described how the net and how the spacing of them is laid out. So she definitely suspects some type of booby trap, but she doesn't realize what it was. Now, I think in the movie she didn't realize it either, but the audience was let to know that they had taken the landmines at this point. The careers see the smoke that Rue has lit one of the signal fires, and they momentarily debate who it could be before they rush off in the woods. But Cato basically reveals that Peeta has been cut and is probably bleeding to death somewhere. So Katniss is sort of distracted by that. Of course, then Foxface comes hopping out, dodging the landmines, and Katniss is able to figure out what the booby trap is. Again, I think the movie did this part a little bit better, but we then she puts 2 and 2 together, and she realizes that the boy from District 3, who comes from the factory district where they make electronics, must have taken the landmines that were deactivated around the pedestals when they came up into the arena and activated them into landmines. So she puts a plan of action in to explode the landmines by basically shooting at a bag of apples from afar, and it is a huge explosion. I like that sort of climactic end to Chapter 6.